what we understood is to create any customer master by the end user. Please go on mute. To create any customer by the end user, we need to configure many things like the first one is you need to create account group. You need to assign the account, you need to create a number range separately, and that number range has to be assigned to the account group. And once that account group and number range is done, you need to complete the field selection. You need to specify which fields are mandatory, which fields are optional. That will be confirmed to you by the business. Based on the requirement, you will be treating some certain fields as mandatory, certain fields as optional. Then for your for your account group, you need to assign the partner determination procedure. That is what we understood at a glance in ECC system. In S4HANA also, whatever we discussed, all these 4 steps has to be done mandatorily. Apart from that, there are other things which has to be done. For instance, to create the customer master, what is the transaction code that we have used yesterday? Can someone tell in ECC system what kind of transaction code we have used? So to create customer, we have used a transaction code called as XD01 in ECC system. And to go to any transaction code in SAP, if you are creating, changing and going to display, normally it will be XD01 is to create, XD02 is to change, and XD03 is to display. This is how you can remember the transaction code. If you want something to be displayed, you can use X03. If it is to be changed to, if it is to be created 1, like that you can remember. In the same way, to create the sales order also, the transaction code is VA01, VA02, VA03 in the same way. Okay. So we have used the transaction code XD0201 in ECC system to create the customer. Whereas in the S4HANA system, to create the customer master, we need to use the transaction code BP. And the same transaction code BP is used whether to go to the display mode or to create or to change or to many other things. There are other transaction code also in ECC system, XD04, XD05, XD06, etc. Many transaction codes are there. We'll come to all those things a little later. When we understand the BP, I will tell the transaction code, what is there in ECC and how it can be done in S4HANA. Maybe we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. So to create the to create the customer in S4HANA system, first you need to create the business partner. That business partner, you can convert it as a customer. So how do you create? By coming into the transaction code BP, you will be giving it here. And if you want to create a new customer, normally the customer can be created by using organization. If you want to create some new person, that will be created by using this transaction code and BP and clicking on this create person. For create person in ECC, there is a separate transaction code. Okay. Now let us understand how to create the customer in S4HANA system and what are the configuration steps that has to be done in S4HANA system. So you need to click on organization. I clicked on organization. I came into the screen where the business partner details can be entered. If you observe here, like in ECC system, in ECC, when you are trying to create the customer, if you recollect the yesterday screen, the first thing that will be appearing is customer account group. Like that here when you are trying to create the BP, there is something called grouping here. There is this field is the number. There is something called grouping. What does it mean is, if the end user has to create a business partner, you need to create a BP grouping. You need to configure BP grouping as a consultant. If the BP grouping is not there, the end user will not be able to create the business partner. So before creating the BP, let us try to understand how the BP grouping can be configured. It is a simple configuration. The path to go to the BP grouping configuration is SPRO, SAP reference IMG. Yeah. SAP reference IMG. Then cross application components. Under cross application components, you will be finding something called as SAP business partner. Under SAP business partner, again, you will go to the business partner. Under business partner basic settings, under basic settings, you'll be finding number ranges and groupings. This is the path. You need to remember this path. I have prepared a document. Whenever you are trying to create, by looking at the document, you can go and you can refer to the document and create your BP grouping. I'll share you the document. Okay. But let me repeat the path again. Cross application components, SAP business partner, then business partner, under business partner basic settings, under basic settings, number ranges and groupings, under number ranges and groupings. First, we need to define the number range. Then we need to create one grouping and assign that number range. The BP grouping is there is no field selection, etc., when you are creating the BP grouping. Please remember. So we'll create the number range. Let me show once again. We'll just click here. We'll create the number range. If you come to this number range creation screen, you are finding three options. Intervals is one option. It will display all the intervals which are there in the system. And if you want to change the intervals, you can click on this icon. And if you want to see the current number status, you can click on this icon. So now the advantage in S4HANA system is whenever you are creating an interval for your practice or in real time also, the moment you come to this change mode and click here, see here, free intervals, this icon, this provision is not there in ECC system. You will be able to find out the free intervals. Free intervals means since it is a practice system and many people are working, what is the number that is available now? So 8011 is the number which is available from 8011 to 8999. This number is available. After that, 1 lakh some 1,05,001 to 1,01,000 is available. Let us use this number range 8011 to 8999. Okay. We will not use the complete number range. We need to use it judiciously. We will use some 50 numbers or 40 numbers is more than enough. Let me create. Since it is a practice system and many of the other people has to practice, we need to behave responsibly rather than doing some mess up with the ID server. Let us try to find out since we are using Z1. Okay, Z2, there is an account group, there is a number range which is created for Z2. So this G2 we cannot use it to Z9 also. So G8 also there. So we'll create our number range as Y2. Okay, go here. The moment this icon is used to add something, this icon is used to delete the line, this icon is used to select all, this icon is used to deselect all. Remember that option. Y2. I'll create the number. What the number we have seen? If 8011 8050, we'll use this number. Okay, so there is no interval overlapping. That is why no error message has thrown in the system. Now if you come down and see our number range, here you have one option, external. What does this external means? If you check this external field, when your business partner is getting created, you need to give that number here. If you don't check that external field, if you don't check that external field in the configuration, if the consultant do not check that external field in the configuration, then the system will allot the numbers in the sequence. For example, if I don't check and save it now, okay, whenever you are creating the interval, if there is no disturbance, this pop-up should come. Okay, so this Y2 is the number series starting from 8011 to 8050 I have created. Let us come back. Then define BP grouping and assign number ranges. So let's go to new entries and create our BP grouping. I will use the BP grouping name as Y200. Okay. And I will assign the number range which I created Y2 just now. You can, if you want, you can go to F4. If you want to go into these details, you can click on F4. See here, it shows the number range and starting number and the ending number. Select this one, enter. Okay, so I have given my BP grouping name as G200. Before I save this, if you go and check here, that BP grouping G200 is not available because I have not created. Okay, friends, the moment I save this, so I saved this BP grouping. Let me come back. Let us go to the transaction code again and observe. Organization. Go inside and see. See here. The moment I created that BP grouping, it has come and visible here. So if the end user has to create the business partner, first we need to create the BP grouping and assign one number range to that BP grouping. So now the business partner will be created. We will create the business partner like we have seen like yesterday's discussion. In customer master there are many mandatory fields, there are optional fields. Those are configured in the account group. Whereas for BP, if you observe here, there is a role for BP. This is the create BP general role. The role number is 00000. It is the standard role. You cannot modify it. If at all you are creating a BP, you need to use this role. Under this role, which is optional field, which is mandatory field, is decided. Where these roles are there, we will come to that little later. Okay. Now select your BP grouping. If you observe here, there are certain fields are optional, there are certain fields are mandatory. Where it is configured again in this role. Okay. Before creating, you need to understand that one. Okay. Give your name. So the sales organization, etc., is G200. That's why I'm giving that name. And I will give some address details. I'll give some address details of Hyderabad. Okay. And you need to select the language here. First, quickly, I will create it. And like you have seen in the customer master, region 36 is not defined here. You need to go inside and find out. It could be TG. Yeah, TG is what is defined in SAP for Telangana state. Okay. If you come here, like you have seen in EC system, to get the more fields, you can click on expand. To get the more fields again, you can click on expand. There are other fields. We'll come to all these field discussion little later. Okay, these are the mandatory fields while creating the BP. Just go to the address view, identification. This identification tab is very, very important. We'll discuss once you understand the complete business partner configuration, we'll understand what is the importance of this external BP number, what is the importance of this identification tab. We'll understand maybe after some time. Okay, so other fields are optional. Where it is configured in the create BP role. For 00000 role, only mandatory field is your name. Apart from that, nothing is mandatory. Just by giving the name, you can save the BP. But it is of no use. That is why I have entered the address and other details. Okay.
Sorry for interruption.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. How to identify which is mandatory, not mandatory? Any mark like a strict mark or anything is there?
There is a box and tick mark comes.
Okay.
Even if you observe the recording, if you go to the just 2 minutes back, I explained it. Okay, you'll be finding that box and tick mark. You'll be able to see when we are extending it as a customer. You will be able to see. Please
Okay.
focus.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay. The moment I save this BP, what is the number that has to be given by the system? Since my number range Y2 is having a starting number as 8011 and ending number as 8050. See here, Y2, the starting number is 8011 and the last number is 8050. It should give 8011 as my BP number. The moment I save it, let me save. See here, the number 8011 is allotted by the system. How system is able to allot? Because for this BP grouping G200, I have assigned a number range. That number range I have defined, I have not checked external. I defined it as internal. Internal means the system will allot the number in the sequence. So the business partner is created. Okay, the business partner is created. Fine. Then this business partner can be converted as a vendor. This business partner can be converted as a customer. Business partner can be converted as a transport service provider. Many things can be done with this business partner concept in S4. But from SD perspective, we need to understand how this business partner can be converted as a customer. Before understanding the link between business partner and customer, let us try to we need to create since you have to create the customer, the mandatory things you need to do for is your customer account group. You need to create your customer account. You need to create a number range for your customer account group and assign it to the customer account group. Then you need to assign the partner determination procedure. Whatever we have seen in SAP ECC system, the same things has to be repeated here. Now let us try to understand. Let us try to understand how the account group can be created. What is the path to create the account group? It is same as ECC system. You need to go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG, logistic general. In the logistic general, you will be finding something called as business partner. Here you will be finding as customer, see business partner, then customers, then control. Under control, define account group and field selection for customer. Like we have seen yesterday, same thing. Define account group for field selection and customer. Now, let us see whether G200 is there or not. G200 group is not there. So let us straight away go to the new entries. I will not copy it. I will not copy it from any of the existing ones, and I will go to new entries and show you. Okay. Create the account group. Give the account group name as G200. Okay. Let us name it as Britannia Distributors. Okay. Press enter. We will define the number range and we will assign it a little later. Before assigning the number range, this account group screen is same as what you have seen in ECC system yesterday. Okay. Now we'll try to understand the field selection. What is the mandatory field? What is optional field? How do we select it in the account group? Whether you are working in ECC or S4HANA system, how do you select the mandatory fields? So to complete the field selection, once you save your account group, like you have seen yesterday, how many data we have seen in the customer master? Yesterday's discussion, we have seen three kinds of data: general data, company code data, and the sales area data. You will be able to see the same thing here: general data, company code data, and the sales data. Okay. Hello. Is it clear?
Yeah, yeah, clear.
So you need to go to general data and find out what are the mandatory fields that has to be selected, what are the optional fields that has to be selected. So ETM basic data, they have suppressed it. Let it be like that. Oh shit. Yeah. Now by default, everything is suppressed. By default, everything is suppressed. If you observe it, you need to select what is the required entry, what is optional entry. So I will take name one as name 1 or last name as the required entry, name 2 as the optional entry, name 3 and 4 also as the optional entry, postal code and city I will take it as the required entry, street I will take it as let us take it as optional entry to avoid some issues, not issues, to minimize the data that needs to be entered. Okay, region will take it as required entry. Let us take street as the required entry also, and the PO box, post number, etc., etc. I will take all these are optional entries, and I will take this street 2 and street 3 as the optional entries initially. Okay, save it and go inside again into the general data. See here, once you complete the field selection, the select group will be converted into blue from black. Before doing the field selection, it will be in black. For example, here I have not touched anything. That is why it is in black. The moment I touch it and go inside again, see here, it is converted to blue. Like this, it will happen. So let us keep all the other things as optional entries. None of this. Let us not take any of this as the required entry. I'll show you the difference between suppress, display, etc., etc. Just once we complete this, while creating the customer master, I will explain you. Either you can go back and go to the next selection after control, or else you can click here. After control, marketing is there. I'll take all these as required optional entries. After marketing, there is something called as payment transactions. How they are making payment, etc., etc. Unloading points, I will keep it as optional entry. Contact person, I will keep it as optional entry. Foreign trade, I will keep it as optional entry. See here, now we have done with the field selection. Everything has become into blue. Save it. Now we completed the field selection for general data. What are the fields? What kind of information can be entered into the fields? We'll discuss little later. Now go to the company code data, account management, reconciliation account. I will keep it as required entry. Rest all I will keep it as optional entries. Go to the next tab. Terms of payment, I will keep it as optional entry. I don't want to do all this. I don't want to see all this. That is why if you keep everything in suppress, it will not be visible when you are creating your customer. You observe it, indicate payment history, tolerance group. You observe these two, remember these two fields. When you are creating the customer, those will not be visible. You will be able to see that. Okay. Now, correspondence, insurance, withholding tax. I will not touch any of these tabs. So none of the information will be visible if you don't touch it, or else let me select everything as optional. Go here, optional. Go to the next one. Keep everything as optional. Remember, I have suppressed the some of the fields in the payment transaction, like your next fee, tolerance group, house bank, etc., etc. Lock box. You will not be able to see any of these fields since I have suppressed it, which you will be able to see when I am creating the customer. Okay. Now go to the sales area data and complete the field selection. Sales group optional entry, statistic group optional entry, customer group is optional entry, sales district optional entry, pricing procedure is a mandatory entry. You need to select when you are creating the account group. Currency is the mandatory entry. Select everything in the sales data, because this is where this is your core subject. Where this is where you are working. Okay. In the sales tab, you can select pricing procedure and currency. These are the mandatory entries. Rest all you can keep it as optional. Go to the next tab. What is this one? Shipping tab. The shipping conditions, whenever you are creating the customer master, the shipping condition should be a mandatory entry. Transportation zone could be an optional entry. Delivery default plant also could be an optional entry. And partial delivery is optional entry. Delivery priority has to be a mandatory entry. Order combination optional entry, and rail specifications also take it as optional entries. And here in the billing details of the customer master sales area data, your account assignment group always has to be there. Terms of payment always has to be there. Incoterms always has to be there. Subsequent invoice processing, billing period, hedging, taxes is a mandatory entry, and rebate pricing. All these can be an optional entries. And come to this one, business partner assignment. Keep it as optional entry. And the documents, keep it as suppress. No need to upload any document. Okay, this tab will not be visible. Now we have done with the field selection for our general data, company code data, and sales area data. Save the field selection. So to create the customer master in account group, what we did, we created the account group and completed the field selection. Now step number 2, we need to create a number range and assign it to the account group. So where to create the where is the path to create the number range? Just go back from the account group configuration and see here, define and assign customer number ranges. You will be able to see one more node. Here you will be defining the number range. So what I will do is I will take the same number range. I will take the same number range. 8011 is what we used for business partner, and 8050 is what is the last number. So there is no overlapping. Save it. So I have taken a number range for the customer master. I have taken a number range for the customer master, and I created that number range y2, and the same numbers whatever we have used for the business partner, same numbers I have taken it and I saved it. Now just go back and complete the assignment. So what is my BP grouping? G200 is my, sorry, what is my account group? G200 is my account group. Since I have not assigned any of the number range here, I'll be assigning the number range whatever I created just now for my account group. This number range is different and BP grouping number range is different. You need to create two number ranges, one for your BP grouping and one for your customer account group. Either those two should be same or common. If you have to get the same, what you need to do, just let us see. Okay, so I created my account group. I have completed my field selection. Then I created my number range and I assigned the number to my account group which I created. So with this, if you go and check here, once you have assigned the number range there for your BP grouping G200, you are able to see that number range which is assigned Y2 here. See here, you are able to see that number range whatever we assigned. We have done the field selection. After completion of the account group field selection, creation number range and assignment, what is the next thing that you need to do? If at all you have to create a customer master, that your if at all you have to create a customer master, your account group has to be assigned with some partner determination procedure. Okay, we will not assign the partner determination procedure now, and we will create the customer. We will create the BP. With the BP we created, we will convert as a customer, and we will observe if we don't assign the partner determination procedure, what is the impact that we observe. Then we will assign one standard partner determination procedure. Okay. Now, what is that we have done? Can you guys tell me? For BP, what is that we have done? Created number range for BP and assigned it to BP grouping. And if you want to convert that BP as a customer, what you have done? Let us assume that you have assigned some partner determination procedure also. So you have completed the configuration of business partner, you have completed the configuration of customer. If you want to convert this business partner as a customer, you need to have some assignment. Na? Hello, friends. You need to have some assignment, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So the place where we will do the assignment is the path to complete the assignment in S4HANA system is keep this keep it here, keep the screen as it is. And the path where you can do complete that assignment is, we have gone for a path while creating the business partner. Okay, where we have gone to cross application components, then we have gone into the node of SAP business partner. Instead of going into SAP business partner in cross application components, there is another node called as master data synchronization. There is another node called as master data synchronization. Click on this master data synchronization. Under master data synchronization, you will be finding customer vendor integration. Under customer vendor integration, you will be finding business partner settings. Under business partner settings, you will be finding settings for customer integration. Under settings for customer integration, you will be finding field assignment for customer integration. Under field assignment for customer integration, you will be finding assign keys. If you click on assign keys, there will be two options which will be opening. One is define number assignment for direction BP to customer. Another one is define number assignment for direction customer to BP. So here, what we have created first here, tell me friends. What is this one? Is it a BP or is it a customer?
BP.
It's a BP we created. Now we want to convert this BP as a customer. So where the configuration has to be done among these two? We have a
BP to
BP.
customer.
Yeah, we have a BP and we need to convert it as a customer. So you need to click here. Okay. And it's a direct new entries option. Directly you can give. So what is my account group which I created, friends? My account group is G200. And I have used the same nomenclature for the BP grouping also. Okay. So what you need to do, here you need to go to, sorry, not this screen. Here you need to go to new entries and first you need to give your, see here, what is the grouping here? It is a BP grouping. It is the account grouping. So you are marrying your BP grouping and account group. Your BP grouping is G200 and we used the same terminology for my account group also, G200. Okay. And see, for both groupings, you have assigned the number range. Do you remember? You have assigned one number range for your BP grouping. You have assigned one number range for your customer account group. So if you want, when your BP is converted as a customer, if you want the same number between your customer and BP, you need to check this same numbers field. The moment you check the same numbers field, the system will throw an error now. Can someone read that error? I want you to participate rather than me explaining.
We didn't check the external box in BP. That's why it
So
showed.
what does it mean? If you
So,
have to get the same number for your business partner and customer, you need to check your account group. Number range for account group has not defined externally. What does it mean? If you want to get the same number for your business partner and customer, your customer account group has to be defined as external. If you observe here, am I defined my customer account group as external? External
No.
means I need to give this external check mark. I have not
Yeah.
defined. If I save this option, okay, if I check this as external and go to the screen and press enter, see, have you got that error? The error is there now?
No.
Disappeared. Let me not save it and try to come in again. Okay, let us go here. Create your, give your BP grouping and account group. Press enter. Oh, and this entry already there. It is saved. Okay, okay, okay. See here, the G200 and the G200, same thing, same number will come because of this check mark. Now we have created the BP grouping. We have created the customer account group and we have completed the field selection for the customer account group. Now we have done the CVA integration also, we have done it. Customer vendor integration, CVA integration. Completed. CVA integration means marrying between your business partner grouping and your customer account grouping. You have done it, and you told the system to allot the same numbers for your what do you call it? Same numbers for your customer and business partner. Okay, this you have completed. Now, as a consultant, you completed the configuration, but end user, how do we know that? How do we know that if at all he has to convert this business partner, what he has to do? So what the end user has to do is, let me close this one and open the transaction again. So we remember since we created one business partner, we remember our business partner number. /NBP is the transaction code. Go inside and we created our business partner with the number 8011. Just now saved na 8011. See here, if you give this number here and here in this drop down, if you keep this option as number, you will be able to see the business partner you have saved just now. Are able to see? This is what we created, na friends, some time back. Test BP for 8 AM batch. This is what we have created. Okay. So if at all I have to convert this business partner as a customer, what I should do? Now we are in which mode? Change mode or display mode or create mode? We are in the screen in which mode of business partner? We are in display mode of this business partner. See here, display organization. Business partner, customer means organization, display organization 8011. To go to the change mode, what you should do? You need to click on this icon, spectacles and a pen. If you click here, you can switch from display to change. Again, if you click here, you can switch back from change to display. Like this, it will be used. So you need to come to the change mode and change in BP role. Here, if you observe here, change in BP role, there are certain roles defined for the customer in standard SAP system. If you want, you can define it, or else you need not define. You can use the same roles. The standard role. So how many data are there for the customer master, friends? 3 kinds of data, isn't it? General data, company code data, sales area data. The business partner, if you want to extend it to the company code, you need to select a role called FLCU00. If you want to maintain the sales area data for the business partner, you need to select the role FLCU01. For customer master general data, the standard role is 000. These are the roles. Standard BP role is 000. With the same role, you can create the customer general data. So now tell me, if I have to enter the company code details, what role I need to select? I need to select FLCU00 role. See here, FLCU00 role. Remember one more thing before selecting the FLCU00, you observe the number of tabs here. There are some 8-9 tabs. The moment I am trying to convert this business partner as a customer, there will be multiple tabs which are opening, which will be opening. Observe it. FLCU00 FI customer. See here, the moment I try to convert this 8011 business partner as a customer, there are the tabs which are open related to customer master general data, customer master tax data, customer master additional data, etc., etc. Many of the tabs have opened. Okay, what kind of information is there in the tabs? I will show you a little later, but for the time being, let me show this customer general data tab. Why this? Okay. Since This account group is, since this business partner is created some time back before creating the account group, etc., the data is not updated. That is why the account group details are not visible here. Okay, keep this business partner 8011 as it is and try to create after completing the complete configuration, try to create one more business partner. Okay, we will take the same account group. Okay. New BP post config. Let me give the name like this. Hey, come on. Okay. Select the language as English. Okay. Now, rest of all are optional information. You need not worry about all those things. Save this BP. 8012 is the number which will be allotted for this BP. Now, as I explained earlier, switch from display to change mode. Go inside. Come down. Select FLCU00. Customer FI, customer role. And you go to general data and see. Why this account group is not visible? Okay. Why it is still showing as internal customer number? Let me check here. Showing as internal. Am I not saved this one? The same numbers. 1 minute. Yeah, earlier this data was not saved. That is why that internal has not come. No problem. Just as process of explaining it to you, I have not saved that information. That is why it has not come. Now, if you want to go to the previous number 8011, you can go inside. Let us check for 8011 only. Okay. Switch from display to change mode. Go and select your role FLCU00. See, observe the difference here. See here. Does the account group populated here or not? The moment I am trying to convert this business partner as a customer, the account group got populated. How does the system knows that this is the account group? It is because of the marriage that you have done between your BP grouping and the customer account group. And you clicked the same number. What does it mean? If I have a BP number, the same BP number has to be applicable for my customer. That is the reason why when the user is creating the customer, see here, the customer number is already allotted. Is it clear now? We will see what kind of data is there in all these tabs. We will see it later. Now go to company code data. What is your company code? As part of enterprise structure creation, our company code is G200 is what we created. Press enter. See here your customer number. What is this? What does this external means? Since you defined your account group as external number range, see here, because of this configuration that you have done, when the user is extending the business partner as a customer in the company code role, he is able to see that customer number as external. The moment you save this external will be vanished and the same number 8011 will come here. I'll show you that. Take it as trade receivables domestic, something like that. Since it is a customer, the customer has to pay money to you.
Sorry for interruption. Just want to understand why in the system it gives external. Why? What is the reason behind in terms of business wise?
You don't
Customer
want
number
any
should be
you don't want any confusion. You want to, if you have a separate business number for business partner, separate number for customer, it is always confusing. So you will be giving the same number in general. In 99.99% of the cases, you will be giving
okay.
using the same thing. Okay. Press enter. None of the other fields are mandatory. And if you observe one more thing here, I told you there are certain fields I have suppressed when I created my account group. in the customer payment transaction. If you observe here, all those fields are not visible. Let me show you to the account group configuration. Come back. So like this, you need to, I'm switching from this screen to that screen. It may be a little confusing, but if you got habituated to understand like this, then you can narrate it. If you do, if you configure something as a consultant, what the end user, what kind of impact it will be there on the end user, you will be able to narrate it. See here, in my field selection for payment transactions, next payee, indicate payment history, tolerance group, house bank, negotiated leave, all these things I suppressed.
Okay.
All these things I suppressed. If you go and check it in the business partner creation screen, are you able to see all those fields in the customer payment transactions?
No, no, no.
So that is the importance of suppress while creating the account group. Okay. Rest of
Okay.
all these are not mandatory fields. You need not worry about it. Now you extended this business partner to the company code G200. Save it. The moment you save it, this external will be vanished and 8011 number will come. See here, 8011 number has come here also. Okay. 8011 number has come here means what does it mean? If we extend, if you maintain the company code data for a customer, where it will be stored? It will be stored in KNR B1 table. So if you go to KNR B1 table, you will be able to see that one. That is the meaning of customer number getting updated here. Okay. Now I want to extend it to my sales area also. So the role that I need to select is FLCU01. Okay. So since we are there in the general data, this is article. This is not highlighted. It has grayed out. If you go to the sales and distribution data, it is grayed out. And you need to give your sales area details to extend this to your sales area. So what is the sales areas that we formed? If we observe, if you go to our enterprise structure, we formed multiple sales areas. We thought of using this G200, G2 and G9 for the customer master. Okay. So among this one we select, we will select the G200, G2, G9 sales area. Go inside and try to go here. You will be able to see all the sales areas that are there in the system. Simply give your sales organization G200. The moment you give the sales organization G200, if you go inside to the distribution channel, you will be able to see only two distribution channels. See here, distribution channels G2 and Z3. Select this one, G2 and Z9. See here, both division and distribution channel, both are selected. Press enter. Now, if you come here, currency system has taken it as INR by default, and you ask now, car, how do I know that which field is mandatory, which field is optional? Have you observed
Mm.
this field customer pricing procedure here in the screen?
Yeah.
What is there here in this field? Wherever you have to enter data, there is a box and a check mark. Why it
Edit
has
mark.
come? Why it has come? Because in my account group, under sales area data, under sales tab, I have taken this pricing procedure as the mandatory field. See here, I have taken it as a required entry. Since it
Required
is a
entry.
required entry in the configuration, when the end user is entering the data, you will not be able to move it until unless you give that information. See here, error
Okay.
has come. You can see the error here.
Okay. Okay.
So let us take the standard values for the time being. I will create our own customer pricing procedure, etc., little later. Let us take the standard value for the time being. Take the customer pricing procedure as 1. Go to shipping tab. Now delivery priority. Go inside. You can define your own delivery priorities, but for the time being, we'll take the delivery priority as 02. And shipping conditions also you can define your own. There is a path to define. We'll take the standard ones for the time being. Calm down. None of the other fields are mandatory in the screen. Since all the required entries we entered, if when we go to the next tab here, you will not be able to see any of the red bulb which I have seen earlier. Okay. Incoterms, I kept it as a required entry. There are standard Incoterms CFR defined. I'll tell you what is the Incoterms and a little later. Okay. And account assignment group is a mandatory field. Tax is mandatory. Tax classification you need to enter. What is the tax classification, etc., etc. Incoterms location is also a required entry. So we need to give one more tax classification here. What is this tax classification? And I'll tell you. And if you recollect your memory, I told you that in my account group configuration, I will not give any partner determination procedure. If I don't give the partner determination procedure, what happens to the business partner when we create it as a customer? I told you that I will show it. Okay. Now you observe here. Come to partner functions. Are you able to see any partner function here? Sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, pair. Are you able to see anything here? No, na?
Yes.
Why are you able to
Yes.
see? Because in your account group, you have not given
Yes.
any of the partner determination procedure. Now, let me give the partner determination procedure. I will give the standard partner determination procedure AG. Okay, enter it. Just come here and observe. Come to your BP and observe. So your business partner converted as a customer. And if you come here, none of these things, partner functions are coming. Why these partner functions are not coming? Even though you have given the partner determination procedure, there is a lot of configuration which has to be done in the partner determination procedure. We will stop it here. Tomorrow we will discuss about the partner determination procedure configuration and partner determination procedure assignment to your account group. If you do that, how these partner numbers etc. look like, we will discuss tomorrow. Any questions on what we discussed today?
Not